Okay, I think we're live now.
Yes, I think everything's working now.
I'm just gonna wait. I'm just gonna wait for a couple of people to come into the chat room because all I can see is just a text.
Yes, and I just got the notification on my phone that you just went live.
Nobody's coming in our room.
We have 6 people in here.
Oh, I'm not showing anybody in here.
We have 6 people in here. Everyone's saying hello.
All right.
Trey's Treasures.
Well, folks, we are doing a live chat, a live interview with Bitcoin Beau. I cannot see anybody's text, but if I guess Bitcoin Beau on the other end can relay any questions to me. Bitcoin, can you tell us a little bit about your new YouTube channel?
I'm starting a crypto-based YouTube channel that I will pretty much go over different trading methods where I personally think the market's going. And I will also be including gold and silver chart analysis on my YouTube channel. I purchased a new laptop today, so I could actually go ahead and do better streaming and have a higher quality videos for everyone.
That's awesome. So I'm starting to learn a little bit about cryptos. I've got a lot of negativity towards cryptos. Do you have any comments about the negativity? Have you experienced any negativity yourself?
Oh, absolutely. A lot of it seems to come from, honestly, and I hate to say this, a lot of the older people, more traditional bankers, people of that nature, due to the fact that, they don't want to lose control of, the fiat market that they have. And, the Ponzi scheme, which is the current Federal Reserve system that we live under.
Yeah, I get the feeling that the dollar system is going by the wayside, and the government, are actively looking for something to replace the dollar system with. And I think they found it in cryptos. I don't think they mastered their system yet. I think the system is in its beginnings, in its infant stages right now. I do experience a lot of negativity from everyday people, as a matter of fact. And speaking of negativity, something I just want to share real quick happened in the grocery store. So a lot of people know I've been wearing this shirt lately. And I wore it today. Been wearing the crap out of this shirt. And I wore it today at the grocery store. And the lady, this is how alien stacking silver and cryptocurrencies are to people. She was ringing me up and she asked me, what is the 999 squad? And I said, it's a group of people who believe in saving silver in their own home, saving gold versus saving dollars in a bank. And she looked at me and like she was laughing at me, like, well, that's weird. And I go, I guess it is to some people. And I just started laughing in her face. I wasn't disrespectful, but I just started laughing. Just the fact that it was so alien.
I've spoken to quite a few people recently about me personally stacking silver since I started watching your channel, and a lot of people don't seem to understand it. They question, why would you ever prepare for the fail of the the U.S. dollar or the current fiat system that we live in, as if it's never happened in history before. Which, if you look at a lot of emerging markets, you got Turkey, you got Argentina, Iraq, Iran right now. They have over 100, 180% inflation with their current fiat dollar system, fiat currency, not fiat dollar. So that's one of the reasons I'm actually preparing for a financial collapse, I guess you could say. And that's why I personally stack silver. Other than that, that's really it.
So I'm with you also. My primary investment is silver. These are tubes, by the way, of Silver Eagles. But I'm doing it in preparation, and people need to really understand. People like us, we're doing it in preparation of an economic collapse.
Absolutely.
Right. And the fact that I wish to also diversify into cryptos. I'm not selling out to the silver community. What I'm trying to do is enlighten them that they should also diversify, no differently than they also stack gold along with their silver, no differently than they should stack food. A little cryptocurrency, it might turn out to be the lottery ticket that people have been dreaming about, metaphorically speaking, obviously. Can you I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, I actually think that I don't want to say the ship has set sail yet, but for the quick return on money, like you were seeing since 2009 to the run up in 2018, where people were buying Bitcoin for less than a penny and selling it at the height of like 19,000. I personally feel that that is over with, but there is a lot of money in my what's showing silver now.
Yeah, every now and then I'll show the 999 squad something.
Look, I'll pull up a bigger one. Then I'll pull out the old 4-ounce big boy.
Oh, that's a beauty, boy. I can almost shave in that mirror. I can just
I pulled that out of the safe just for this.
Yeah. Well, show that again, would you? But keep your thought. I want you to continue with your thought.
It is the giant quarter-pound silver eagle proof.
Wow, man.
4 ounce.
Can we show the viewers the backside of that, please?
Yeah, let me see if I can't get it to focus.
Yeah, back out just a little bit.
My new computer, I'll be able to get a way better video. This is I'll just read the little piece of paper they gave me. It is 4 ounce, troy ounces, 3.5, 1 inch, 3.5 inches, 11 inches wide or circumference. There's only 1,500 of these things made. And this is number 141437.
That's a beautiful, beautiful piece of metal there.
4 ounces. Figured out to pull out. Came out this nice little National Collector's Mint box. I actually picked up my local coin seller for spot price. So I couldn't ask for a better piece, and especially at spot. So, but no, actually, for this conversation, I talked to a couple different people about this conversation, and a couple of them said maybe I should go over where I personally feel the price of silver and gold's going, which if you were to look at the charts of silver and gold, they are actually going down, as we all know. According to the charts, the technical analysts of the charts, it's saying gold should bottom out within the next 12 weeks at roughly $1,100, which, I mean, it's 1186 right now, I believe. It shouldn't be going any lower than 1137, and silver will not go under 1360 in my personal opinion. So
would you say these are good times to load the boat by?
Yes, absolutely. In my opinion, I'm not a financial expert and all that jazz, but yeah, with what the chart says and from what I can gather from reading the chart is, like I said, 1360. Silver will not go under 1360, and I believe silver will not go under 1136 to 1116. Right. Gold's a little harder to read, but yeah, I believe it will not go under 1100, 1116 in the next 12 weeks.
Yeah, a lot of these price dips, they actually shake fruit from the tree. What they do is scare people to get out of it. They scare people out of their investment. They're hoping that the people sell their gold and silver during these price dips. That just give up. Oh, there it goes again. There's another dip. But this is the manipulation and the attempt to shake people out of their beliefs in silver. For us silver stackers and us gold stackers, this tells us it's time to get it in with both hands, with both fists. Back that truck up and load the boat, so to speak. That's what I believe these dips are for. I don't want to hog the conversation, but I'm 55 years old, 56 years old. I was born in the early 60s. If you take a historical trends chart, shows the trend. The overall trend is gone up from the 60s until today. Yes, there's been these dips. Yes, but that's normal. And I promise people, if although our conversation is geared more to cryptos, we are not abandoning the silver and gold stacker community. We're part of it, and we're attempting to lead it, but we're also attempting to diversify. So keep stacking your silver, keep stacking your gold. Definitely just think about cryptos. You know, people lose a lot of money going to Vegas and they can care less. I'm telling people, maybe invest in $100, something you're willing to lose in Vegas.
Oh, absolutely. And there's a lot of coins out there for even under $100. I mean, and let me go ahead and start this off with, I own multiple coins, and I don't want to sound like I'm trying to pump my own coins. I'm giving examples of coins. There's a coin, for instance, I'm not really going to go into it, but for $25, you can buy almost 60,000 of them. Now, do I think that that coin honestly has great potential? No. But for $25, even if it hits, you know, doubles your money off $25, to me, that was a worthy investment. Especially with how in January the crypto market went so crazy to where you could literally put $50 in and that money would double overnight. I don't personally feel that we'll ever see another rally like that. Not in the short term, definitely not by 2019. A lot of experts are predicting that we will have another run by 2019. I don't think it will happen. Yankee Stacking asked in the chat if I think the boat has sailed. And as I was saying about earlier, I think that the overnight millionaires have sailed, yes. Can you make the money to pay off your house? Yes, I believe that's still highly possible, but it will not happen overnight. The length of your investment is going to have to be longer than it had to have been prior to this last bull run.
I'm hearing 3 years. I'm hearing about a 2 to 3 year investment.
Well, there's a lot of talk right now of an ETF being established, and that's supposed to be coming out. A lot of people speculate 2019 Q2. So if that happens, when the ETF comes online, that's going to allow a lot of your your institutional investors, the people that have the big money, the trillions of dollars, to actually invest into the crypto space. So I feel that a lot of the manipulation we're seeing today, as a lot of people think with silver and gold, is, like you said, the dips are allowing people to load the boat. And who controls the media, who controls everything in this world? It's going to be your guys with the $1 trillion empires. So I personally feel that they're all kind of connected. The silver dip, the gold dip, the Bitcoin dip. It doesn't really take a genius to figure out that the fiat system is dying, as I said earlier. So, if exactly that $1 worthless dollar.
In case we have some new subscribers, this is the system we're talking about that's slowly dying.
Yes. And actually, if people don't understand what we mean by dying, I think they should honestly check out your video that you go over the purchasing power of a dollar when you hold up 4 quarters. How come 4 quarters, which is supposed to equal $1, when you throw the silver content in, a quarter could buy you a gallon of gas versus your $1 bill. Are you familiar with the video I'm speaking of?
Yeah, I held up 4 pre-65 quarters. Pre-65 quarters had 90% silver in it. And at the time of the video, you can actually trade those 4 quarters in for, at the time, the gas was something like $3.20 a gallon. And at the time, you could trade those 4 pre-65 quarters in for like $3.75. So I was making an argument, those 4 quarters that contain the 90% silver did not have the value of these 4 quarters, technically, $1. That was what I was trying to mention in the video. And that also proves the point. Silver does go up in value.
I was always interested in, precious metals, but that video honestly woke me up, the one that you posted. That blew my mind that, 4 quarters isn't exactly the purchasing power you would think it was, but the silver inside of it's what actually made that quarter so valuable.
Right. So I'll throw out another crypto coin or altcoin or whatever you want to call it. Digibyte.
Yes.
Going for $2.5 cents. That's 2.5 pennies.
Yes.
For $10, you can get a shitload, excuse my language, of Digibyte. And if you failed, if the investment failed, what's $10? But let's just say you got it for 2.5 cents and it jumped up to 5 cents. You doubled your money. I mean,
absolutely.
There's a lot of options that are basically penny stocks. And correct me if I'm wrong, Bitcoin. What did Bitcoin start at when it first was introduced to the public?
It started a couple weeks after the Lehman Brothers crash. I believe that was 08 or 09. But it was 0.008 pennies, I believe. So,
what is it worth now? What is it worth now?
I think it's like 6,500. We had a little bit of a bump last night. It was trading between 6,100. I believe I woke up to 6,500. Please don't quote me on direct prices. It's the crypto market. It moves fast. But I do want to tell you something. You actually, since you have purchased your Digibyte in the last 24 hours, it's up 13.33%. So, I mean, right there, you look on a $10 investment, you're already up, what, $1.30?
Yeah, if you invested in it, yeah.
Exactly.
So, yeah, so it's going up. I mean,
yeah.
they are going up. And like I said, Bitcoin started as a penny. I'll call it a penny stock also.
Yes, absolutely.
There was a fool like you and I trying to tell people back then, get some Bitcoin. And back then people were laughing at the two fools like you and I. Now it's worth that 8 cent. That 8 cent coin is worth over $6,500 now. Can you imagine if you would have invested in just maybe $50 worth of Bitcoin back then?
I tell you what, we wouldn't be doing this over Skype. I'd just be sitting next to you having the chat if I bought it back then.
Yeah, we'd be drinking a bottle of champagne on a yacht.
Right. I've been into the crypto space for a few years now. I got coins pretty low. But there was a comment I saw in here. I wanted to try to find it now. Someone, Don Oliver asked, what is the best way to convert Bitcoin to other crypto? If you don't mind, I'll answer that real quick. Don, the biggest way to get money into the crypto space right now, if you're in the United States, is using Coinbase. When you go through Coinbase, it allows you to buy 5 different cryptocurrencies currently. But that would be like going to a car dealer that only sold Chevys, let's say. If you were to go to another exchange, is what we call them in cryptocurrency, would be Binance. Binance allows you to use your Bitcoin as your dollar. You would transfer from Coinbase your Bitcoin to Binance. You would send your Bitcoin to that wallet. And on there, you could actually purchase anything, just like going to, like, let's say, a used car lot. You could drive your Chevy on there, trade your Chevy in, and then you'd be able to buy whatever type of vehicle you want, an Audi, Beamer, Mercedes, Ford, whatever you want by trading in your Chevy. But in this case, the Chevy would be Bitcoin. All the other car brands would be your altcoins. But that all started off via Coinbase. I hope I answered that kind of simple. It's kind of, I guess, hard to explain. It's not exactly the easiest field to get into. But yeah, somebody else just said crypto is casino money. I mean, honestly, it kind of is. There's really, in investing, even in the traditional stock market, there's no guarantee you will turn in money. If you invest money or put money into the market to play with, just go ahead and consider it as a loss right away. That way you never get in too deep and over your head.
Right. So I was going to ask you, as far as we mentioned purchasing coins and altcoins and whatnot, I think we both can agree that the cryptocurrency is basically, I think we've already covered this, is going to take over, whether we like it or not, the fiat currency system. Would you agree to that?
Yeah, because you got to think how society is already built. We're a cashless society automatically. We have the debit cards, your credit cards. I mean, when's the last time you saw somebody write a personal check? Even, your banks, all your money typically is direct deposit regardless. So everything's already zeros and ones on a screen. It's just taking out the cash aspect and kind of taking out the banks by being able to control your own money and having your own wallet to where you can control it from your phone.
Right. Right. So it's my theory that if it's coming, whether we like it or not, if we can get in during its infant stages now, we stand to make a couple of bucks. We stand to make a couple of bucks if we can get in earlier rather than when it's forced upon us.
Oh, absolutely.
And that's what I've been trying to articulate to the people. It's coming, whether you like it or not. It might not be next year, and it might not be in 2 or 3 years. But eventually, that is the system that will be put in front of us to use. The guess is to figure out which of the many coins the government is going to adopt. What are the corporations, better yet, going to adopt? And if you can figure that out and get into some of them, you stand to become a millionaire. I'm not trying to exaggerate. Millionaires, many millionaires were made off of Bitcoin when it was only 8 pennies a piece.
0.08 pennies, not 8 pennies.
Oh, I apologize.
Yeah, way less.
Wow, I apologize. So my thing on Digibyte, it doesn't seem so ludicrous to say that 2.5 pennies per Digibyte can possibly, feasibly turn into, let's say, $10 or $100. It's not out of the realm of reality.
Oh, no, absolutely not. I mean, like I said, what I feel is currently unrealistic with a normal working man's salary, you know, because you're not going to invest the $10, $20, $30,000, you know, today. A lot of people don't have that. Let's be honest with each other. It would be, you know, $100, $200, $300, $400, or $500. I think that's more realistic. If you put $500 in, I would be happy to make 10, 15 grand off of that in today's space.
Right.
The Bitcoin only ran up so many millionaires because, as you said, they were getting in for less than a penny, and it capitalized at 19,000. So, you know, it was almost 20 grand before I get corrected in chat again.
Right. Yeah. We get corrected a lot.
Yeah, I know it.
A lot of people, man, get so angry when you introduce something new to them. A lot of people find comfort in the old. They grow accustomed to it, and they are afraid of change. I wanted to switch the conversation now, if you would, please.
Yeah.
Are there any companies, any airlines, anybody that accepts cryptocurrency as payment for goods? Do you know of any?
Yes, and you actually touched on this in a video you had. There is a company out there called BitPay. And what BitPay allows you to do, they actually send you a debit card. And why we're talking about this also, I'm not endorsed by any of the companies I speak about. There's also another company by a gentleman named Peter Schiff, because what I'm going to explain just coexists with each other. You have BitPay, which is the crypto side of it. And then Peter Schiff has gold money. Are you familiar with this product?
Well, I heard some gold, Bitcoin gold and stuff like that, but no.
Peter Schiff himself is a financial advisor, also a you know, like an investor for people. But what's nice about both products is your gold money account is linked to a Brinks, like a Brinks vault. You can actually purchase physical silver and gold, put it into your account. Same with the crypto. You know, you can put it in your wallet. And what's nice about it is when you swipe your debit card that they release to you, you're either A, if you're using BitPay, you're spending your crypto, or B, there's actually a way to spend your physical gold and silver as a debit. Are you following what I mean by this?
Absolutely.
I'm talking about two different companies and two different, you know, commodities.
Did we lose each other? Did we lose each other? Well, folks, I think we might have lost each other.
Are we still live?
I think I just got you back.
Yeah, I lost power or something there for a minute.
That's okay. I hope we didn't lose any.
No, I can hear you, so we must be good.
Yeah, well, I'm hoping that some of our listeners are still with us and didn't lose faith in us. So yeah, so I'm now familiar with the debit card, but when I'm chatting in some of these live chats, I'll look at some of the comments. And yesterday they were telling me that no companies accept cryptocurrencies right now. And I did well, I went on Travelocity, and some of those Triago, a lot of those are actually accepting cryptocurrencies now. When you buy your silver, a lot of online silver retailers are actually accepting Bitcoin. So the way I see it is more and more companies are adapting cryptocurrencies. And what is most important about that statement is you need to do what the big boys are doing. If the big boys are stacking gold and silver, you stack gold and silver. If they're starting to venture into the cryptos, you should.
Yes, I agree. But what I was meaning by the BitPay was when you go to like JM Bullion, for instance, to buy your silver or your gold, what that does is, or your Travelocity to buy your airplane tickets is, it's using BitPay as, so I would send you Bitcoin, and on server side, their server side of it, it instantly sells the Bitcoin, converts it back to USD, and pays the dealer out, you know, the consumer, or the company out in USD. Almost the same concept of you being in Canada ordering something from a US-based company. You don't have to go through doing all the exchange on your side. It does it all on the server side. I mean, it's the very same concept. It's honestly just recognizing Bitcoin as a legitimate currency. You know,
right. The fact is they're accepting it regardless of the conversion that has taken place behind the scenes.
Yeah, so I agree. You're fully right. I mean, like you said right there, you know, even if they are converting it, they're still accepting it as a legitimate form of currency. So I think that that's a win for us on the crypto side.
But it also tells us the trend of where cryptocurrency is going.
Yeah, that's true. Absolutely. I mean, a lot of people think that if this was a baseball game, we're barely in the third inning for the adoption. You talk to people around, you know, around town, a lot of people don't even have an idea what Bitcoin is. I was interested in purchasing a car a few days ago from a gentleman. I said, "Hey, do you take Bitcoin by chance?" Just figure I'd ask. He said, what's Bitcoin?"
They don't know. They don't know what cryptocurrencies are. They don't know what silver and gold is. Our government has done such a great job of brainwashing the people and removing that bit of information from society. That is sad when you go to a grocery store and the lady who is ringing you up, responsible for counting in and counting out money, does not know the fundamentals of money, gold and silver.
Oh, absolutely.
And wiped from our history books. It's almost as though it has been wiped from our history books, gold and silver.
I agree fully. And as Yankee Stacking just said, because he asked about the gold money in the chat, was the gold money is the same way. You send your physical silver and gold to the gold money account. They put it in a Brinks safe for you. And actually, they issue you a debit card that you can swipe, and it just deducts a little bit from your physical holding account, just like an actual savings account. But to me, that's kind of like putting it back in the fiat system for me. With when the collapse happens, I don't have it anymore. It's gone. It's just as worthless to me then as a dollar is in the bank. If I can't physically hold it and touch it, what's the point?
Yeah, incremental steps, I guess. Right. Hopefully one day that'll be resolved.
And then the only cool thing I like about gold money is, and maybe this is just because I like to, you know, kind of have a little flashy things, is they make a debit card that is actually 24 karat gold. It costs you $3,200 to get it. Like, you have to pay for it. And it weighs 13 ounces. Like, this thing is heavy, dude. Joe Rogan had it on his podcast. He dropped it on the table, and you could hear it over the microphone. It's pretty heavy. So I just thought that was kind of interesting that you could get a solid gold workable debit card via gold money.
That's amazing. That is amazing. Well, I wanted to take the time to thank you very much and And I want to let everybody know, Bitcoin Beau has been doing, he's been stacking silver as well as cryptos for quite some time now, but only recently has he started a YouTube channel. I urge you all to go over to his site. He's only got a couple of videos right now, but that's going to change really quick in the future as he progresses into making more videos. Also, if you would please support my channel, there's links in the description. I give you about 5 options and of how to support my channel. I would really appreciate it. Beau, I really appreciate you being on here. I think one of the biggest reasons I had you on was my lack of understanding about cryptos, and when some of the people in the text chat are correcting me, it's time for me to do some research, and that's why I had you on. It's been great. And is there anything you want to add before I end this video?
No, I appreciate you having me on, man. You're actually the reason I started stacking silver was your videos. I always kind of been interested in the prepping side of life, and I've always, kind of been wary of the traditional system. In your videos, I applaud you for speaking to your viewers like they're normal humans and using words that we can all understand. I guess dumbing it down, I guess I should say, because that kind of made stacking a little easier for me. And, I appreciate you having me on, man, and I appreciate you plugging my channel. I only have 1 video up currently because my laptop's junk. Fixed that today, bought a brand new one, so I'll be analyzing charts and all that type of good stuff, doing your Nano Ledger video like you asked for, and showing how to use that and how to keep your cryptocurrency safe in an offline wallet. And I appreciate you having me on, man. And I look forward to doing this again.
All right. Thank you so much for your time. I know you've been busy. I think your information is indisposable. I mean, it's I appreciate it, and I look forward to your videos. You have a great day.
All right, thanks, buddy.
Thank you, everybody, for tuning into this channel.
Yep, thanks, buddy.